Welcome back to the Exposure History channel. Be sure to subscribe and like, so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. In this quirky and unexpected photo, Pablo Picasso strikes a pose with a revolver and holster gifted to him by Hollywood legend Gary Cooper. It's a surreal fusion of fine art and cinematic flair, capturing the playful collision of two cultural giants. Set in the stylish backdrop of post-war France, the image reveals how fame and creativity blurred borders. Here, the rebellious painter and the silver screen cowboy shared more than admiration. They shared a moment where art met Hollywood with a smirk. Before his infamous end at Little Bighorn, George Armstrong Kuster was a focused, disciplined cadet at West Point. This rare photo reveals a young man full of ambition and potential, long before he became one of the most controversial figures in American military history. It offers a glimpse into a forgotten chapter before the chaos, before the fame, when Kuster was simply a student chasing a future. A haunting reminder of how history can transform the once promising into the infamous. Two stuntmen shook hands, one fully engulfed in flames, for this iconic Pink Floyd album cover. Captured at Warner Brothers Studios, the image represents emotional and creative disconnection in the music industry. This behind-the-scenes moment shows the lengths artists went to for meaning and impact. The surreal photo became a lasting symbol of 1970s rock, perfectly echoing Pink Floyd's haunting themes. It's a fiery handshake that burned its way into music history, shaping the era's sound, spirit, and soul. At 79, Gaspar Walnofer stood shoulder to shoulder with young soldiers on the WWI front lines. A veteran of two previous wars, he answered the call once more, embodying duty beyond age. His solemn photo serves as a haunting reminder. War doesn't spare the old. It draws in anyone with a uniform, memories of past battles, and stories etched in their eyes. Walnofer's presence reflects the tragic cycle of history repeating itself through generations of sacrifice and service. The remains of the Eureka Building stand frozen in time after a fierce winter blaze. Thick ice coats the charred structure, creating a haunting contrast between fire's fury and the cold's grip. This powerful image captures the brutal aftermath where destruction meets deep freeze. It's more than a photograph. It's a tribute to the firefighters who faced not only raging flames, but also unforgiving temperatures. A stark reminder of the courage and hardship involved in protecting lives, even in nature's harshest conditions. Tired but alive, PFC Margarum walks alone through a forest near Bastogne during World War II. The image captures the quiet strength of soldiers coming back from the edge. His silhouette against the woods is a silent thank you to those who walked this lonely road for peace. This image doesn't shout, it whispers of the silent strength carried by soldiers returning from the brink. No medals, no fanfare, just a man who kept going when it mattered most. In his solitary stride lies a tribute to all who walked that lonely road for peace, a reminder that some victories are measured not in glory, but in simply making it back. Young Addy Card stares into the camera, surrounded by the humming machines of a textile mill. Just 12, she worked long hours like many children during the industrial era. Her haunting gaze helped push child labor reforms and now reminds us of the price some paid for progress. Her haunting expression captured the harsh reality of child labor and helped ignite a movement for reform. Published widely, the photograph stirred public outrage and became a powerful symbol in the fight for workers' rights. Today, Addy's gaze still speaks, reminding us of the human cost behind progress and the innocence lost along the way. In a rare, playful moment, surrealist icon Salvador Dali and his muse, Gala, squeeze into a photo booth. Known for his wild imagination, this photo shows his softer human side. It's a quiet reminder that even the most eccentric artists enjoy everyday joys like goofy snapshots with loved ones. Before donning the cape as Batman or headlining Hollywood blockbusters, Christian Bale was simply a boy in his bedroom. This candid photo captures a moment of pure innocence, which is surrounded by toys, posters, and quiet dreams. Long before the red carpets and critical acclaim, he was just a kid with imagination in his eyes. It's a touching reminder that even the biggest stars start small, and sometimes greatness begins in the most ordinary corners of childhood wonder and possibility. A group of men casually gather outside the Squirrel Bar on Götgatan Street in Stockholm, captured in a moment over a century old. Their clothing, relaxed stances, and expressions whisper stories of everyday life, work breaks, local gossip, and shared routines. This rare photo freezes a slice of community spirit in a time untouched by technology. No phones, no filters, just real faces and genuine moments. It's a quiet tribute to the timeless human need for connection, laughter, and a familiar place to gather. In a powerful moment, a student raises the V sign for peace and victory in front of Chinese soldiers during the Tiananmen Square protests. His gesture became a symbol of defiance. This photo, taken by Peter Charlesworth, speaks volumes about hope, courage, and the cost of standing up. A dashing 37-year-old Prince Philip posed at Buckingham Palace. This portrait captures the vigor and poise of the royal figure who would become Queen Elizabeth II's steadfast companion. Decades later, the photo stands as a tribute to his enduring legacy and long life of public service. With her body covered in ink, Maud Wagner defied early 20th century norms to become America's first female tattoo artist. Her image is a snapshot of rebellion, artistry, and the hidden stories of women who carved their own path in a world that wasn't always welcoming. Captured mid-action, this snapshot from the 1992 MLB All-Star Game in San Diego takes us back to a golden age of baseball. It's more than just a game, it's a celebration of talent, tradition, and American summer, where heroes of the diamond thrilled fans under stadium lights. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, and the glow of the stadium lights painted a picture of pure baseball nostalgia. Fans filled the stands at Jack Murphy Stadium, eager to witness greatness. Whether it was the powerful swings of sluggers like Ken Griffey Jr. and Mark McGwire, or the pinpoint precision of pitchers like Greg Maddux and Dennis Eckersley. Dressed in traditional Tudor uniforms, these beefeaters guard the Tower of London. Taken in 1898, this photo bridges ancient ritual with modern memory. They're more than guards. They're living symbols of Britain's royal past, standing like statues before a fortress soaked in centuries of history. Boys once found a clever way to inflate footballs by using spare car tires. This playful photo captures a moment of pure ingenuity, turning everyday scraps into a source of joy. In an era when toys were limited, these young minds didn't wait for store-bought solutions. They made their own fun. Their smiles and makeshift tools remind us that true creativity often shines brightest in times of scarcity, where imagination becomes the most valuable toy a child can have. Taken during a deadly bombing raid, this photo was captured by the sole surviving cameraman out of 16. It stands as a haunting tribute to the war photographers who risked everything to document chaos from the skies. Through fire and flak, they aimed their lenses instead of guns, turning destruction into history. This image freezes a moment of courage, giving us a rare aerial glimpse into the high-stakes bravery behind the camera, where one man's survival preserved the story of many. Before the Lincoln Memorial became a national icon, it was a massive construction project. This rare photo captures workers assembling the 19-foot statue of Abraham Lincoln, originally planned at just 10 feet. The decision to enlarge it honored Lincoln's monumental legacy, turning stone into symbol. Each block lifted was a step toward immortalizing a president whose impact loomed larger than life. This behind-the-scenes glimpse reveals how history was literally carved, piece by piece, into one of America's most enduring landmarks. This serene 1910 street view of Long Beach reveals a different era: wide dirt roads, horse-drawn wagons, and modest early buildings. Long before the buzz of traffic and towering skylines, the city felt open, quiet, and full of youthful promise. The image captures a time when California's charm lay in its simplicity, not its speed. It's a nostalgic window into a growing town where dreams were just beginning to take root on streets still untouched by the rush of modern life. In this touching portrait, a young German soldier stands beside his grandfather, proudly dressed in an old Bavarian uniform. Taken just before the outbreak of World War I, the image captures a quiet moment of generational pride, unity, and tradition. Their bond reflects a shared legacy of service, rooted in honor, not yet tested by the horrors to come. It's a peaceful scene on the edge of history, soon to be shattered by a war that would redefine duty, sacrifice, and family forever. A lone soldier stands on a narrow bridge deep within the icy tunnels of the Marmolada Glacier, carved as shelter during World War I. These frozen hideouts offered both refuge and despair amid brutal alpine warfare. Surrounded by snow and silence, his solitary figure captures the chilling extremes of war, where danger wasn't just bullets, but nature itself. This haunting image reminds us that even high in the Alps, far from battle cries, war left its mark carved into ice and memory. Meet James Naismith, the man who invented basketball. Captured in 1927, this image shows the humble roots of a sport now played worldwide. His simple invention in a Massachusetts gym became a global phenomenon. This forgotten photo brings us back to where hoops history began. In a tender, fleeting moment, a grandmother wraps her grandson in warmth as he prepares to join the Russian army. Her gesture was simple, yet profound, which captures the quiet strength of love amid looming duty. Behind every uniform lies a family's silent heartbreak, a bond unshaken by war, and a farewell filled with hope. This image reminds us that while soldiers march forward, they carry pieces of home with them, stitched into scarves, sealed in embraces, and held close through the uncertainty ahead. At Camp David, President George H.W. Bush laughs while riding a toboggan with movie star Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's an unexpected pairing. Politics meets Hollywood. This fun snapshot breaks the seriousness of leadership and reveals how even presidents enjoy a downhill ride every now and then. Soccer legend Pelé and President Ford share a light-hearted moment, kicking a soccer ball in the White House Rose Garden. The photo captures two powerful figures, one from sports, the other from politics, bridging worlds through a game. It's joy, diplomacy, and respect rolled into one playful snapshot. In a single snapshot, joy, diplomacy, and mutual respect blend seamlessly. Pelé's charisma and Ford's openness reflect a shared understanding that sports can transcend borders and ideologies. This moment stands as a reminder that even the most serious of leaders can embrace the universal language of play and the unity it inspires. Wearing uniforms and medals, these aging veterans gathered one final time to honor fallen comrades and reflect on a war that shaped their youth. 6 decades had passed, yet the bond between them remained unbroken. This poignant reunion shows that while battles end, the memories and brotherhood forged in war endure. Laughter, tears, and silent nods speak volumes. It's a powerful reminder that time may weather bodies, but the spirit of shared sacrifice lives on long after the guns fall silent. 50 years after they fought at Gettysburg, former enemies stood together at the Bloody Angle. Once divided by war, now united by time, these old soldiers shook hands across the stone wall. 50 years after clashing at Gettysburg, former Union and Confederate soldiers returned to the Bloody Angle, the site of some of the battle's fiercest fighting. Now elderly and frail, they reached across the very stone wall that once divided them, shaking hands in a powerful gesture of reconciliation. This moving reunion in 1913 symbolized not only the passage of time, but also the possibility of healing after deep national trauma. Amid the smoking ruins left by a German bombing raid, a London milkman calmly delivers bottles as if nothing has changed. Captured by photographer Fred Morley, this striking image became an enduring symbol of British resilience. In the face of destruction, routine carried on quiet defiance, wrapped in everyday acts. One man, a cart of milk, and unshaken courage stood firm against chaos. It's a powerful reminder that even in war, dignity and duty refuse to surrender to fear. In 1933, inventor Davide Cislaghi rode his single-wheeled creation through the streets, a bold leap into futuristic design. Though the invention never achieved commercial success, it perfectly embodied the era's adventurous spirit and boundless curiosity. This striking photo captures more than a quirky machine. It honors the dreamers who push boundaries, even when they fail. History isn't shaped by triumph alone, but by those who dare to imagine the impossible and take that unforgettable first spin into the unknown. Clad in bulky nuclear, biological, and chemical protection suits, Finnish soldiers trained for a new kind of warfare. This 1961 photo shows a Cold War world preparing for threats beyond bullets and bombs. It's a chilling look at how warfare evolved and how fear shaped military readiness. His haunting image captures the intense atmosphere of the Cold War, a time when fear and uncertainty pushed militaries to prepare for the unimaginable. Every drill, every suit, and every sealed mask symbolized a world bracing for a conflict that could devastate silently. It's a powerful reminder of how fear reshaped defense and survival strategies. After surviving disfiguring injuries in WWI, this French soldier wears an early facial prosthetic. It's a haunting but heroic image of resilience. The photograph reminds us that the war didn't end on the battlefield. Many carried its scars forever, and some found new ways to face the world again. While the guns fell silent in 1918, for many veterans, the battle continued in hospitals, mirrors, and daily life. This photograph reminds us that the scars of war weren't always visible from afar. Some, like this brave soldier, faced the world again with metal masks and unbreakable spirit, symbols of courage forged in suffering. Before becoming the bearded icon etched in American memory, Abraham Lincoln posed for this clean-shaven portrait during his presidential campaign. His composed, thoughtful expression hints at the weight of leadership that lay ahead. Captured before the Civil War and the Emancipation Proclamation, this rare image offers an early glimpse of the man destined to guide a fractured nation. It's a powerful reminder that even legends begin as ordinary men, facing extraordinary challenges with quiet resolve and unwavering purpose. Little John Kennedy stands quietly alone, waiting for his father, President John F. Kennedy, to land at Camp David. Just 1 month later, the president would be assassinated. What was once an innocent, tender moment now carries a haunting weight. This photo, frozen in time, captures the calm before a national tragedy, a silent bond between father and son, overshadowed by what was to come. It's a heartbreaking reminder of how quickly history can shift, leaving memories etched in sorrow. Caught mid-mischief, this playful pup snatches a postman's glove on a snowy Minneapolis street, turning an ordinary day into a charming scene. With snow falling and paws in motion, the dog's antics bring warmth to the cold. The postman's amused smile captures the joy of unexpected moments where even daily routines get a dose of delight. It's a heartwarming reminder that sometimes the best deliveries come from furry friends, not in envelopes, but in laughter shared on wintry sidewalks. Dressed in traditional armor, this elderly samurai stood proudly for a portrait in Yokohama, 1865. His weathered face reflects a life shaped by discipline, duty, and unwavering honor. As Japan's samurai era neared its end, this rare photograph became a powerful visual echo of a vanishing warrior class. More than just an image, it captures the dignity of a man and a culture stepping into history. With sword in hand and spirit intact, he represents the fading light of a centuries-old legacy. As Canadian soldiers march off to war, a little boy breaks free to reach his father. The image, snapped at the perfect moment, captured the heartbreak of goodbye. "Wait for me, Daddy," echoed across a nation, one photo, one hug, and a lifetime of emotion sealed in time. The boy's outstretched hand, his father's glance back, and the tension between duty and family spoke louder than words ever could. "Wait for me, Daddy," became more than a caption. It became a national cry of love, loss, and longing. It became an enduring symbol of Canada's sacrifice during World War II, reminding us that behind every soldier was a family, a child, a story left behind. One moment, one hug, and an entire country's sorrow and pride sealed forever in a frame. Wounded and exhausted, Australian soldier George Whittington is gently guided by Papuan orderly Rafael Oimbari through the harsh terrain of New Guinea. In this powerful moment, captured amid World War II's brutality, compassion rises above conflict. Across cultures and battle lines, Oimbari's quiet act of kindness reveals the enduring strength of humanity. Two men, one injured, one helping, formed a bond that bullets couldn't break. This image stands as a timeless reminder. Even in war's darkest hours, empathy can still light the way. Returning from war, a British soldier cradles his 8-month-old daughter at the docks, a child he's likely meeting for the first time. She may not recognize him, but his eyes overflow with love, relief, and hope. This quiet, tender moment captures more than a reunion. It marks the end of conflict and the start of rebuilding a life once paused by war. It's a powerful image of healing, where peace isn't just political, but deeply personal and profoundly human. With tousled hair and a serene smile, Albert Einstein sails across Saranac Lake, momentarily leaving behind the world of theories and equations. Far from academic halls, the brilliant physicist found quiet joy in nature's embrace. This rare photo reveals the human behind the genius, a man who unraveled the universe's mysteries, yet found solace in the simple rhythm of wind and water. It's a gentle reminder that even the greatest minds need moments of calm to stay grounded and inspired. On this day, humankind broke the bounds of Earth. Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin soared into space, becoming the first human to orbit the planet. This historic photo celebrates not just a man, but a moment when dreams of the stars became real. The space age had officially begun. Gagarin's 108-minute journey around the globe wasn't merely a technical triumph for the Soviet Union. It was a defining moment in the Cold War-era space race and a symbolic leap for all mankind. The image of his beaming face, clad in his orange flight suit and white helmet emblazoned with SSSR, inspired awe across continents. For the first time, humanity had breached the confines of Earth and touched the stars. Wrapped in fur, a King Island Inuit mother cradles her child against the Arctic chill. Captured between 1915 and 1925, this image honors the strength of indigenous women and the deep-rooted culture passed through generations, carried in arms, woven in clothes, and written on weathered, loving faces. In a quiet French backyard, a young girl gently lifts her cat with a shy, proud smile. The cat's calm gaze and her innocent joy transform this simple moment into something timeless. There's no war, no spotlight, just a glimpse of pure love and childhood wonder. This photo reminds us that beauty often lies in the ordinary. Amid life's noise, it's the small, unspoken joys that linger the longest. Sometimes, the softest images leave the most powerful echoes in our hearts. Two girls ride sheep like ponies through the lush English countryside, their laughter echoing in this playful, mischievous moment. It's a snapshot of innocence and rural charm, when imagination turned fields into playgrounds and sheep into trusty steeds. The photo captures the carefree joy of childhood, where every day held the promise of adventure. With no screens, no schedules, and no worries beyond who gets the next ride, it's a timeless reminder of how fun once grew wild and free in open pastures. Amid the mud, fear, and chaos of World War I, a French soldier discovered solace in a surprising companion, a majestic eagle owl. Perched calmly beside him in the trenches, the bird offered a rare sense of calm and quiet dignity. This haunting photo captures more than a moment. It reflects how, even in the heart of war, nature could reach across despair and offer comfort. In a world torn by conflict, a soldier and an owl shared a fleeting, peaceful bond. On November 11, 1920, a single, nameless coffin was buried in Westminster Abbey, holding the body of an unknown World War I soldier. Though his identity was lost, his sacrifice spoke for thousands. Draped in the Union Jack and solemn silence, the ceremony honored not just one man, but an entire generation. It became a powerful, enduring symbol of grief, gratitude, and national remembrance, uniting Britain and the Commonwealth in mourning and ensuring that the unknown would never be forgotten. Denied entry to flight school in the U.S. because she was both black and a woman, Bessie Coleman refused to be grounded. She moved to France, learned the language, and earned her pilot's license, becoming the first black female aviator. This iconic photo captures more than a historic milestone. It reflects fierce determination and unshakable dreams. Bessie didn't just break barriers, she soared beyond them, becoming a symbol of courage, resilience, and the unstoppable power of believing in your own wings. In the frigid Arden Forest during World War II, a U.S. soldier from the 535th Anti-Aircraft Artillery Battalion gently cradles a dog in his arms. Surrounded by the harsh realities of war, he finds a moment of warmth and solace in the simple bond of companionship. This quiet photo speaks volumes, not only of a soldier's endurance, but also of the loyalty shared between man and dog. Even amid gunfire and snow, comfort can come on four legs with silent, unwavering trust. These British soldiers were preparing for a light-hearted drag performance when an air raid siren interrupted. They dropped their wigs, grabbed their rifles, and rushed to man the coastal defenses at Shornmead Fort. Captured mid-costume, this remarkable photo blends humor and urgency, revealing how laughter and duty often coexisted in wartime Britain. It's a snapshot of resilience where, even amid chaos, humanity found room for joy, camaraderie, and unexpected moments that showed the enduring spirit behind the uniforms and rifles. In a rare, quiet moment aboard Japan's Shinkansen, Freddie Mercury gazes out the window, far from the roar of the stage. Touring for Queen's Hot Space album, the rock legend appears reflective and composed, a world away from his electrifying persona. This candid image captures a softer side, one filled with thought, stillness, and a quiet appreciation for the passing scenery. It's a glimpse of the man behind the music, finding peace in motion amidst a life lived loud. Children and adults alike step out dressed sharply in their Sunday best. On Chicago's South Side, dignity and pride shine through their posture and smiles. This powerful photo shows that even in times of racial struggle, beauty, joy, and community thrived, stitched into every crease of a polished suit or dress. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on anything.